Hello boys and girls, welcome to my preview of Rennes versus Arsenal this Thursday in the Europa League. And it's another chance for us to get back into the Champions League. We win the Europa, we are back in it, and it does not matter where we finish in the Premier League. Now, to win this competition, I think it's going to be very difficult when you look at some of the sides that are left. I know that we are one of the favourites and a lot of the sides would like to avoid us. But at the same time, there's some sides there that I would also like to avoid. Now, with all due respect to Rennes, they are one of the sides that you would have wanted to be drawn against in this knockout phase. But that does not mean we can take this for granted. We need to show them some respect. Now, in the French league, they are currently sitting 10th in the league. They've lost 9 games, but they can be a dangerous side. Now, in the group stages of the Europa League, they finished 2nd in their group. And out of the 6 games, they won 3 and they lost 3. And they just managed qualification by 1 point. But like I said, we can't take this for granted and we have to show them the respect they deserve. Now, this game should have actually been at the Emirates with the way the draw panned out. But because Chelsea were also drawn at home, UEFA decided to switch the legs around. Now, if you remember in the last rounds, Arsenal and Chelsea were both at home and Arsenal had to play earlier on in the day, a 5:55 p.m. kickoff. Well, UEFA have decided that that's just not going to happen in England again. So what they've done is swap things around. And do you know what? They're going to be so fired up for this game. I had a look at some video footage the other day of Rennes supporters queuing up from 24 hours or so before, overnight, to get tickets for this match. Now, there was over 90,000 fans applied for tickets for this game. Unbelievable. And it shows that despite being in the Europa League, Arsenal are a big club, a big attraction. And, you know, given the fact that we have a big history of French players, of course, Arsene Wenger as manager as well. Unai Emery, he was PSG manager. So everybody wants to go and watch the game. Everybody wants to be there. Now, there's one player in particular for Rennes that I feel we need to be careful of. Hatem Ben Arfa. You remember him? He flopped in the Premier League. But I tell you something, this guy on his day can be dangerous. And on his day, he could knock us out of the Europa League. Now, what's very interesting about this is that he is going to be, shall we say, more motivated than some. And the reason for that is because Ben Arfa was playing at PSG when Unai Emery was the manager. Now, if you think that the arguments and the fallout between Emery and Mesut Ozil is bad, then you need to go and find out about Emery and Ben Arfa. That was unreal. And I was looking over on it. And Ben Arfa was completely cast out of the club. Just completely moved on. He weren't getting near the side. And Ben Arfa posted a picture on Instagram with a little birthday cake with 1 candle in it. And that was to mark the 1-year anniversary that he had been booted out of the PSG side and basically banished to the under-23s. So yeah, there's definitely no love lost whatsoever between him and Unai Emery, and he is going to want to get one over him big time. And I've got a feeling if he scores, he'll probably end up running down to, you know, where Emery's standing and do a knee slide in front of him or something like that. But listen, like I said, it's going to be a difficult game. The atmosphere is going to be amazing. I'm going out there to France, of course, and I can't wait to see the atmosphere. And that is one good thing about going to these new stadiums and stuff like that you're not used to going to, is that you get to experience different things. The break from the norm of your Barcelonas and Bayern Munichs, etc. But that said, let's make sure this is the last time that we are, you know, in the Europa League and we're back in the Champions League next year. But In terms of the lineup, it's going to be a difficult one to call because, of course, this is sandwiched in between the Spurs game at the weekend just gone and, of course, Manchester United at the weekend. I know Manchester United, they're in France themselves on Wednesday. They got their second leg against PSG. But even though they're 2-0 down and it looks like they are going to be going out, they're not going to play an understrength side. Their fans wouldn't allow it. I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would allow it. They're going to have to go for it. They're going to have to try and salvage it and see if they can do the impossible. So they're going to have to go out there with a strong lineup. And given their injuries at the moment as well, I don't think they can afford to rest players, to be honest, because I don't know how many players they've actually got. So yeah, it'll be interesting one, that's for sure. But with ourselves, like I said, I feel there will be some changes. But I don't think there will be that many, given the fact that, yes, we do have Manchester United next. And then we do have the second leg of this. But then we have 3 weekends off straight after. So we have no one to play. It's FA Cup weekend in 2 weeks' time. We're not in the FA Cup and our game against Wolves has been cancelled because they are. Then it's the internationals, and then our game against Newcastle has been moved to the Monday. So like I said, we've got 3 weekends off. So yeah, listen, with that said, I'm going to go and get into the predicted lineup. Starting off in goal, Petr Cech. And you know what? If I had my way, I'd play Leno. But it's very obvious that Unai Emery is going to be playing Petr Cech. So that's what I'm going to go with. Going to go with a flat 4 on the right back position. I'm going to go with Stefan Lichtsteiner. I know he's back from injury, didn't play in the North London derby, but I'll play him for this one and I've got no problems with that whatsoever. Going to move into the 2 at centre-back. First of all, I'm going to go with Sokratis. He was absolutely immense against Spurs. Best centre-back we got, and I will keep him there all day long. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Koscielny. Simple reason being as well is that I don't want Mustafi anywhere near the starting lineup. Sorry, but I just don't. He's an accident waiting to happen. So I would have Koscielny as long as he can play 3 games in 7 days. That's the only if. It's sad that Mavropanos is not in our Europa League squad because I would play him. But needs must, so I would play Koscielny. In the left-back position, I'm going to go with Kolasinac. I'm going to bring him back in the side. I'm going to give Nacho a rest. And yeah, I think he can cause some problems down that left-hand side. Going to go with the 2 that sit in front of the back 4. First of all, Lucas Torreira. Without a doubt, I'm going to be playing him in these games because he's now banned for the Premier League games because of his red card at Spurs. So yeah, pretty straightforward decision. That's Lucas Torreira. Alongside him, Granit Xhaka, our best 2 pairing in my opinion, for as well as Guendouzi's done. I'm going to go with those 2 for this one. And Granit Xhaka, yeah, his performances are really starting to show lately. And I'm very, very pleased with what I'm seeing from him. And that's a straightforward decision for me. And that's Granit Xhaka. Going to move into the 3. And yeah, this is where I'm going to see some changes. I'm going to bring Mkhitaryan out of the side. Reason being is that he's played so well lately. But I want to save him for the Manchester United game. I want to give him a little break. So on the right of that 3, I'm going to go with Denis Suarez. I'd like to see him. I would like him to play. And I would like him to get some minutes. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. And that is Denis Suarez. On the left of that 3, I am going to go with Alex Iwobi. I feel we do need him in the Manchester United game, and I'm kind of looking at it and thinking who could go there. The likes of Emil Smith-Rowe and whatnot have gone out on loan. Aaron Ramsey, could he get a shout around that kind of area? Maybe. Maybe give Iwobi a little few minutes. I don't know. It's a tough one, but I'm going to start off with Alex Iwobi anyway. In the middle of that 3, I'm going to go with Mesut Ozil. Pretty straightforward decision. Comes back into the side. And he's going to have to be, you know, right on it, just as he has been in the games that he's been playing lately. So, straightforward decision. That's Mesut Ozil. Up front as the main striker, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Of course, Lacazette is suspended for both legs of this game. So, yeah, straightforward decision. And that's Aubameyang. And you know what? He needs to get back into the swing of things straight away. The best thing for him right now after that penalty miss against Spurs is another game. Get himself on the score sheet, maybe score a winning goal, and then let him build his confidence again, because you can see he was absolutely gutted after the game on Saturday, but don't let it affect you. This guy has helped us more times than any since he's been here. So I've got no problems whatsoever, and I just want him to know that, you know, we're all behind him and everyone supports him. No one's blaming him, and let's just get him back on that score sheet, and then let's get him firing again, and let's keep that smile on his face. So up front, I'm going to go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So there we go. That is the preview. That is the predicted lineup. Like I said, let's not take this one for granted. It could be a very, very difficult evening. But I am hoping for a few away goals, and I am hoping for a better performance than when we played in Barté, for example. So yeah, there will be a match day vlog after the game. There will be player ratings the following day as per usual. And then, of course, there'll be the preview to the Manchester United game. So until then, I'll see you a lot soon. I'm out of here.